The Alola to Alola Event Finale for the season of Alola is going down in Pokemon Go, so let's make sure you guys know exactly how to max everything out. So with all that said, let's jump right in. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you guys excited to move on from the season of Alola, and how did you guys experience this event in Pokemon Go? I thought it was a really cool event. I love seeing like the community days kind of themed around the season of Alola and everything like that. I thought it was really fun seeing a bunch of different things going on, and most importantly, I am excited to move on from the Tapus. I'm not gonna lie about this, but this event does include them, and we are gonna cover everything that has to do with the top tips for this event. And before we get into the video, I want to give a big shout out for Mech Arena for sponsoring this video, so let's check it out. Do you ever have downtime where you need something to do? Well, I got that perfect thing for you guys to do. It's gonna be Mech Arena, which is gonna be the first ever mobile game that captures the magic of playing PC and console games with your phone delivered right to your hands. Mech Arena is gonna be a casual 5v5 shooter that is gonna be amazingly integrated to be able to play with all of your friends right from your phone wherever you are in the world, such as where we are in the airport right now. Mech Arena just released the amazing pilots feature, which includes 12 completely unique pilots to choose from. The cool thing about pilots is they add a whole new depth of strategy and gameplay variety when playing Mech Arena. My favorite thing about Mech Arena is jumping into gameplay. The graphics are absolutely amazing, being able to play with your friends or just jumping into a quick match. All right, so here we go. Get some points, keep the defense up. Oh, we're getting hit, dodge out, stay alive. Stay alive is the name of the game. How about the teammates? The cool thing is you can select where on the map you do want to deploy, so when you do know where everybody's going on, we got a couple guys right here, going in right there, get the kill, and then ducking out. This is a PC game condensed all into a mobile game. There we go. And if gameplay is not enough for you, Mech has a ton of things happening this month, as they do each and every month, including the start of the Battle Pass Season 6. And the best thing of all about Mech Arena is it is completely free to play. If you use my QR code that is sitting in the corner, or it's in my pinned comments and description of the video, that can get you a free starter pack that's gonna be worth $45 for free. You get a Steel Reaper skin, 500 A coins, and 70,000 credits. So now you never need any type of downtime, regardless of where you are or where you are traveling. Mech Arena has got your back at all times. I suggest you guys check it out. It's extremely fun to play. So big shout out to Mech Arena for sponsoring this video. So with all that said, this event is gonna go from May 25th at 10 a.m. and that's gonna go all the way till Tuesday, May 31st at 8 p.m. local time. So we have exactly 8 days to be able to finish out this season of Alola strong. And the bonus of this event is going to be 2 times Stardust from opening gifts. So make sure to open all 20 of your gifts each and every day to interact with your friends, rank up to best buddies, have the attempt for lucky friends, and to get more Stardust. So with that said, there is going to be a unique evolution that can include a shadow, which we will cover in a tips. There's going to be wild Pokemon, raids, eggs, and more. So with all that said, let's not waste any time and start getting into my top tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to start off with the evolution, because it actually makes a pretty big impact in PvP. So as of this event, similar to as we did have with the Alolan Exeggutor coming from the Execute evolution during that daytime, during this event we can actually evolve regular Cubone, and that's going to go into the Alolan Marowak. The Alolan Marowak is actually going to be ranked 17th in the Shadow form in PvP, with Fire Spin, Bone Club, and Shadow Bone. And Shadow Bone is actually going to be getting evolved during this time. However, the caveat here is there's 2 different things. Number 1 is that if it is going to have frustration, unfortunately you will not be able to get this Pokemon to evolve with the moveset. You will unfortunately be stuck with that Pokemon. So as it is, obviously getting the evolution is going to be most important, because that's going to put you into a potentially, if you have the Shadow or the Shiny Shadow Pokemon, it's going to be a Shiny Shadow Alolan Marowak, which there's only one way that you can get that, and that's going to be through evolution. So I would suggest that you guys go after as many cliffs as possible and try to get yourself a Cubone in the Shiny Shadow form, preferably. But also speaking, I did get a decent one. I think it's ranked like 74 or so for PvP. The 100% IV is going to be a 0-14-14 at level 33.5. So make sure that you guys do evolve this one. Like I said, it's ranked 17, and the non-Shadow in the Great League is going to be ranked 124. So the Shadow is actually incredibly powerful. It does a lot of damage, does get a tad bit glassier, but the bulk on this Pokemon does hold its weight and be able to make this Pokemon premier. And it's the only way you can get the Shiny Shadow Alolan Marowak, which is something that I am very, very interested in. So that's going to be on my top list to hunt, to try to get. So with all that said, let's move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be talking about the wild spawns. So what are the wild spawns coinciding with this event? We do have Rattata, we have Cubone. Both of those do have shinies. Obviously the Cubone can then evolve. If you get a shiny Cubone, can go into the shiny Marowak, so that's something. Then we have Rowlett, we also have Popplio, and then we have Litten. All of these starters that are going to be out there, none of those do have shinies. And just to jump back to the Alolan Rattata, guys, this is going to contribute towards the tiny rat badge in Pokemon Go. So I would suggest stocking up on as many of these as possible. 2.41 is the weight to look out for and below. And remember that you can trade those to your other friends and that will count towards your medal. And then we also have Pick-a-Peck as well as Young Goose, and Young Goose does have a shiny. And then if you are lucky, you have the ability to encounter the Alolan Exeggutor, which does have a shiny, and the Alolan Meowth, which also has a shiny. The Alolan Meowth is going to be a Stardust boosted Pokemon. So 750 Stardust per catch when you do catch that one. 938 Stardust if it is going to be in a weather boost. 1125 with a star piece, or 1406 with a star piece and a weather boost. So if you are having foggy weather, you're definitely going to want to go after that Pokemon, even though foggy weather is not a very common weather pattern. And then as far as the other spawns, really there's only one good Pokemon in here, and that's going to be Popplio going into Primarina. Obviously we do have the Cubone. I have already covered that in tip number 1 with the PvP IVs. You guys saw the 100% IV, which is going to be a 0-14-14, but the Primarina that's going to be in the Master League Uncapped is going to be ranked 31, and then also in the regular Master League Classic it's going to be ranked 22 with Hydro Pump as well as Moonblast. And this one does not have the Calm Day yet, which is going to be Hydro Cannon, which will increase its rank as well. So with all that said, let's get into tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be all about the 7-kilometer eggs. There are going to be specific 7-kilometer eggs that are out there for this event, so is it going to be worth your time and effort to go after these? The most common Pokemon coming from these eggs are going to be Alolan Rattata, we have Dewpider, we have Fomantis, and then we have Oranguru. So these Pokemon in specific have spawned throughout the events. Do I think they're really that worth it? Honestly, tier level 1 rare, not so much. Tier rarity number 2 is going to be Alolan Meowth and Alolan Grimer, and we have seen those spawn in events before. The Alolan Grimer is actually spawning in the wild. I know it is rare, but it is out there. And then tier 3, we have Alolan Sandshrew, Alolan Vulpix, Alolan Diglett, and Stuffle. So as far as these eggs go, guys, I don't really know. I mean, there's definitely some shinies in here, as you can see, but do I really suggest that you guys go after these? Probably not. Honestly speaking, they're okay eggs. I'd rather have you guys focus more on 12-kilometer eggs to boost up your Stardust than to go after some of these eggs, which there's nothing that's really too rare in here that you can get in the eggs and you cannot get in the wild. So that's kind of how I base my rarity of the eggs. Or if it's something that is in the wild, like a Jangamo-o, and that you obviously are very sparse in the wild, and if it were to be as a tier 3 rarity, I would probably have a higher recommendation for this, which would have been quite nice, but unfortunately it is not going to be that way. So eggs, take it or leave it, honestly, but those are going to be the things that are in the eggs, which is then going to lead us to tip number 4. Tip number 4, we're going to cover all of the research. So we do have 4 options for you guys to go after this research, and then if you want some extra, I guess it would be more geared towards the specific avatar items, but at the same time you are going to get premium items. You can buy additional ones for $4.99. But what are going to be the ones that I recommend that you do go after? So Melemele is going to have 2 Poffins, a lore module, 4 lucky eggs, an Alolan Raichu encounter that does have a potential to be a shiny, a Pom-Pom or a Choreo, and more. So this one, honestly speaking, is one of the better values, especially for the lucky eggs, and then you also get 2 Poffins. I do like this. I would suggest if you are looking for XP and you need the lucky eggs, this would be the one that you choose. And then we have the Akala, which is going to be 2 incubators, 1 regular incubator, an incense, an Alolan Marowak encounter, and the Pow Pow styled Oricorio hat. So for this one, it's just okay to me. I mean, I like the super incubators. They're effective, but at the same time, I think that using something more along the lines of the lucky eggs would be more beneficial for most of us. And then next we have the Ula'ula, which actually isn't that bad. We have a glacial lore module, a magnetic lore module. We actually have 4 incenses. We have the Alolan Vulpix potentially encounter and more, and then we have the Bale style Oricorio hat. So for this one, with the 4 incenses, the magnetic lures, those are are premium lore modules. They're pretty cool, but this is probably gonna be my third recommendation. 1 and 2 are gonna be the first one and this next one. Because in the Poni, we have a rocket radar. Yes, you have a rocket radar. We have a premium battle pass. We have 3 star pieces. We have a chance to get a potential shiny Alolan Exeggutor through the encounter. And then finally, we have the Sensu or a Choreo hat. So I like this one because of the rocket radar. You can use it towards getting a 12-kilometer egg. And then also we have 3 star pieces, which are pretty valuable. For me, it's either choosing, do you want the star pieces and the Stardust, or are you more into the XP right now as far as your gameplay goes? So that's gonna be the research going on during this time. And then also we have the field research. Use 7 berries to help catch Pokemon for 7 Ultra Balls. That's amazing for Go Fast, guys. Make sure to do as many of these tasks as possible. Stack up on your Ultra Balls. It's really gonna help out. Send 3 gifts and add a sticker. 3 Pineapple Berries. Also good for Go Fast. Really easy, simple thing to do. And you can get Pineapple Berries if you do need them. Send 3 gifts to friends for 5 Pokeballs. And we have a power up a Pokemon 7 times, which can be one of the starters. Honestly speaking, I would probably dump this task. Not really the biggest fan of powering up a Pokemon 7 times for anything, to be quite real with you guys. And then finally, walk 1 kilometer, which can be either a Yungoos or a Pick-a-Peck. So that one, honestly, the Ultra Balls are the slam dunk right here that can start helping you prep. And the 100% IVs for the Rowlett is gonna be 453. Litten is gonna be 443. Popplio is gonna be 483. Pick-a-Peck is gonna be 390, and Yungoos is going to be 377 as far as the field research, and those will have calm days at some point or another with these specific moves. The Popplio, obviously, because of its placing in the Master League, is going to be the best. And for the research, it does look like they have added a couple things as far as like a 2-step stage. So there's a stage number 1, which you get a Rowlett encounter, a Litten, and a Popplio, and then you get 1,000 XP, you get the 500 Stardust, and then you get the 15 Pokeballs, which then leads us into stage 3 and 4 of all of them. And they are generally the same. However, there are stages where you can get a little bit more items. You get some golden raspberries, you can get a lore module. Similar to as we talked about, there's 15 great balls that are gonna be in the Melemele. If you guys do wanna pause over here as I briefly skim over them, please pause and do so. My decision still remains the same as far as which ones I am going to recommend. And then we have the Akala. 15 great balls again. It looks like we're getting somewhat similar of a lot of these things. We have 3 golden raspberries, and then we also have a star piece. We have 15 Ultra Balls in there, which is always nice. Then if we do go to the Ula'ula, 15 great balls once again. We have actually silver Pineapple Berries in this specific one. We also have a Vulpix encounter, super incubator. We have 3 golden raspberries and a star piece. And then finally the Poni Island, which is gonna actually give you 2 rocket radars, which I am a massive fan of. So I'm still a big fan of this Poni. Then you also get 3 star pieces. You get an Exeggutor encounter. You have a battle pass. You have the silver Pineapple Berries. So this is still gonna be my recommended one right here, which is then gonna lead us into tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be all about the raid battles. So, as far as 1-star raids, we have Alolan Rattata, we have Alolan Geodude, we have Alolan Diglett, we have Alolan Grimer, and then we have the Rockruff. So, as far as the 1-star raids, obviously the Rockruff being the rarest of all of them, the only one you cannot get in the wild, which then leads us into the 3-star raids, which is going to be the Alolan Marowak. We have the Alolan Exeggutor, and then we have the Alolan Raichu. So, for all of these raids, I mean, guys, honestly, if you do want them, remember the Chocolate Bunny, that Alolan Raichu is really one that has not been out in the wild. It has never spawned in an event. It has only been in raid battles. It occasionally, I believe it was in a breakthrough research maybe one time, but beyond that it hasn't. So I would just make sure to know about that specific one. And then finally, all of the Tapus are going to be in the 5-star raids. And as far as the best ranking, guys, it is going to be the Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini in the Ultra League is actually going to be ranked 11 with the moveset of Water Gun, Surf, and Moonblast, which is quite crazy. I didn't realize that it was ranked so well with the 100% IV for PvP at a 113.15, so you will have to trade it with basically a great friend to be able to try to get it there. Will be a little bit more expensive, but honestly, it ranks really well there. And for the regular Master League, at 100% IV regular, 15, 15, 15, they're all in the top 100. And in the Classic, they are ranked everyone except the Tapu Koko at rank 120. So they're actually pretty decent. So with all that said, everything going on during this event is gonna be a fun time. I hope you guys have a lot of fun. I wish you guys well. I hope you guys get the shinies and definitely stay after that cliff to try to get the shiny Shadow Alolan Marowak. So with all that said, I appreciate you guys being here. To all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.